In this video, I'm going to teach you how to do the AI toy figurine viral content just like this one. Hey guys, what is up? Thank you so much for the support on the last video and for subscribing to the channel. That intro was completely made with AI, and before I start, I just want to give a PSA that AI is absolutely going to be taking over the creator space, the online social medias, influencers, marketing, and all of that. It's getting super realistic, and if you don't get with the trends, you're going to be left behind. Anyways, in this video I wanted to go over Midjourney 7.0, which was released a few days ago, and of course that was just 1 week after ChatGPT released their image editing 4.0. Now there's a lot of talk of Midjourney was killed by ChatGPT or whatnot, but the honest truth is you can do crazy stuff using both technologies, and the $10 Midjourney subscription and the $20 ChatGPT subscription are honestly the best AI tools you could ever purchase, and I highly recommend both. So here we have a video. This was generated using a Midjourney image and animated with Kling, which you probably know if you watch the channel. And then here's another one. As you can see, they're super realistic. You can see the lighting, the freckles, everything about it is just absolutely stunning about these things. They look extremely realistic and extremely scary. Not only can you do that, but here is the result, the intro, which was actually generated, and you can see the text in the middle was created with ChatGPT. The hands were created with Midjourney. The robots were inpainted by Midjourney, and the result is absolutely stunning. Okay, we're going to start with Midjourney and all the renders I have. So up here we have the two ones that I created the videos on. They were upscaled. I just took this simple prompt right here, generated these images. This was a prompt 2. I found these on Explore. A good place to go on Midjourney is to just look through all the popular photos for the day to get some inspiration and ideas for things to make. Anyways, we're going to go back here, and as you can see, I tried generating some of those toy figures, and you can see it looks kind of whack on Midjourney. I was not able to get it right, given that I was using prompts that were originally made for ChatGPT. But I was not really happy with these results at all. And I'll go into how ChatGPT makes a lot better versions of the toy boxes. Here's another example I'll show you in a sec. This was supposed to be like NBA people in like little boxes or whatnot. And you can see there's really good detail on the characters, the people. And the one thing I noticed about the upgrade is you can see a lot more of these tiny little details, and I'll show you when I go over my Instagram shorts that my YouTube shorts I've been posting that have been doing a lot better than the previous versions. But I'm going to scroll down a little bit more. You can see this human with the butterfly is really good. This didn't really follow the script that I wanted. This was another great generation. Midjourney ultimately does really good generations when it comes to people and very like artsy kind of settings, but in terms of telling it to do text or telling it to do a specific theme, it sometimes comes up a little bit short. So here's an example of this piece, people working on the Coke can, and it looks ultimately like super impressive and super detailed. And this is the small figure right here, some more scrolling down here, and now I'm going to go to ChatGPT and show you some of the results that I've been getting with that. Okay, so here I have my ChatGPT popped up, and as you can see, I gave it the same prompt as I did Midjourney. Now, the woman looks very realistic. However, I don't like the aesthetics of this generation nearly as much as the Midjourney one, and the butterfly is kind of big, and ultimately, most people can probably see why they like the Midjourney version. Now we're going to switch over to the next one. This is the prompt, the NBA prompt, one of them that I gave, that I found on Twitter. I'll be crediting everyone for the prompts that I used in the description. Anyways, as you can see, this one adheres a lot more to the theme. It's supposed to be this little toy version with the player inside, and as you can see, it follows this template of these toy figures and other stuff like that so much better than Midjourney does. So I would give this generation definitely to ChatGPT. And then we have another one, the Steph Curry one. As you can see, a very similar consistent theme, unlike Midjourney that was kind of all over the place, but Midjourney was giving really good details. And then now we're going to go to the toy action figure. This is the first test I did. I gave it a picture of me, my full body, and I gave it a prompt with the text and stuff like that. And as you can see, as of a month ago, you could not do this. But now with ChatGPT, you can have all the text done extremely well. It says Adrian Viral AI Marketing, has me. I look kind of weird in this one. That's why I didn't really like it. But it has all these things down here. And then the second version I tried doing was a similar prompt, and as you could see, it generated me. I like this one a little bit more, although the objects and stuff were kind of all over the place, and I was trying to sort them. One of the things you can do with ChatGPT that makes it a lot easier and user friendly is you can tell it to redo with the objects on the right side, or you can give it text to modify the image, where you can't really do that on Midjourney. So you can see I did some iterations, but ultimately you want a really good first prompt. This, I got them all lined up pretty well, except for I didn't like how I looked at the end. So then we used this prompt that I got off of Twitter, and this one went really hard. I liked how I looked in the suit, I liked the text, I liked how the objects were laid out very well. I decided to go with a laptop, a Bitcoin, and a steak, so I could have some kind of variations, just random things I like, but I could have some variations on the kind of the materials and stuff and how it generates it. And this generated absolutely great. And for the intro, I took this video, I just popped into Kling. I'll give you the prompt too that I use for that. I basically walk out of it and wave. And ultimately, I'm super happy with this. And I'm going to be linking this prompt so you guys can just modify what objects you want, you know, kind of the stuff about you, and then give it a reference image of you or a celebrity or whatever you want. And you can create your very own toy figure animation or meme or something like that. And I want to go into a little bit more depth on that. These are absolutely blowing up on Instagram. As you can see, 26k likes on this random rave meme page. You can see they just kind of themed all these different festivals and gave them all the objects and stuff like that. And as you can see, it's going super viral. It looks super aesthetic with all the drinks and stuff like that. Here you have the kind of Coachella themed one. And not only are people doing this to go viral with organic content, but they're all, obviously this is organic too, but they're also brands. This is actually a brand that's, you know, selling these products, and they're already on the trend, and they're probably getting more likes than they would on any other post. So this is a really hot trend. You know, it might be dying already because it's been 48 hours or something like that. But I will say that it's super easy to make. It was just that one prompt on ChatGPT with one reference image, and boom, you have it pretty much done. So I'm going to hop back to here. And this is the Coca-Cola generation that I had before. As you can see, this one, I don't know why this one looks a little bit more cartoony. I do like the generation, but I think the Midjourney one would go more viral on a YouTube short or something like that. And then here is where I went through the next process. So this was the generation, this is the prompt that gave me this image. I just upscaled it to that. And then I was like, this is cool, but it, you know, just by itself, it's not really sure what I'm supposed to do with it. So then I popped it into ChatGPT. I gave it this image and I said to create the text. It creates this. It looks okay. I say make the text more 3D. I start to like it even more here. And then hand glowing and better text. It just gets better and better as I prompt it. And as you can see, I did a few more, but ultimately it stayed pretty similar. I think I went with this one or this one. And then obviously the end result, something like this. What I did actually is I took multiple of these generations, one with the heads moving and one with the laser in the inside, and I just edited these sides out and kind of combined the best of the both when it comes to those two renderings. But if you don't want to edit, you just, you know, keep on prompting, generating more, and getting to a product that ultimately you enjoy. Okay, so for the action figure, all I did was this simple prompt right here talking about moving out of the box, and as you can see, it animates that creation pretty well. I had to do like 5 or 6. Obviously, when people show videos, they're only showing the best results. So there's a lot of times in which you need to give the AI a lot of help. Like I wasted 5 seconds of credits there for sure. But I wanted to go on to this really quickly and show how these videos, I guess it doesn't show the views here, but these videos were generated versus on Midjourney version 7 versus my other ones which were generated on the previous version, and they're doing so much better in terms of views. The details on the characters is a lot better, and I think that's probably why, but it could be just because my channel is picking up momentum. Anyways, that's it for this video. I want to get it out really quickly before the trend dies and before people stop talking about Midjourney. Make sure to give me a follow on Twitter, twitter.com/mentor. I'm going to be posting more. I know for a fact AI content is going to go absolutely wild in the next 6 months. If you want to be around for the journey, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys later.